be a great people, Kal-El. They wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way. For this reason, above all, their capacity for good, I have sent them you, my only son.
Why did we go through that much for this little? Honestly, I just sat down. You didn't need to watch me walk in or grab the goggles. Also, why did I film that? These are the questions that are going to haunt me for the rest of my life. This is what happens when I go on camera. Hi, guys! My name's Trapixium. So, we are going to start experimenting with the format just a bit. Well, for starters, this. Yes, this will be a good start. Today's subject is going to be a bit of a fun one. We're going to talk about the Gorgon herself and Queen of the Golgari right now, Vraska. Well, without further ado, let's get into it. Play the video! Well, that was fun. Now, moving on to Vraska. Let me ask you something. How far are you willing to go for revenge? In Vraska's case, pretty far. Although, I'd say she's well justified. She spent most of her life in Ravnica's Golgarian Undercity. Everything was fine, until the Azorius Senate issued a mass arrest warrant to all members of the Golgari swarm for, reasons. Of course, Vraska was among the people apprehended and taken to a detention compound serving as the jail for those arrested, and as the warrant was carried out, the Azorius realized something. The swarm is too friggin' huge. The compound filled far past capacity, and the prisoners outnumbered the guards a lot to one, which is a solid statistic, and the prisoners rioted, and Vraska was ferried away with a few other inmates along with some guards. As time went by, the guards grew abusive, and the Golgari had enough. Knowing that having a Gorgon on your side is an unfair advantage to the opposite side, the prisoners freed Vraska, but realizing she was a threat, the guards beat Vraska horribly. She was on the brink of death when her planeswalker spark ignited, and she planeswalked for a long time, not knowing when she would return to Ravnica, see what I did there, or when she would gain control over newfound powers. 2 years later, Vraska came home, angry, wanting revenge and living by the creed, a person should die a death they deserve. She then proceeded to gather followers as she brought down people who were involved in the riot, killing them in a thematic way on how they lived their life. Oof, Ravnica has Facebook? How'd she get that information then? Interesting, okay. Now, when Vraska wasn't on missions, she was an urban legend. Not just to the Golgari, but also to the Azorius as well. She only came out when something caught her interest, always straying away from anything that involved guild politics. Once Vraska finishes a job, she disappears again, sometimes taking other jobs off-plane to add to her menagerie of trophies. But her plan had a deeper section to it than just revenge. Vraska wanted control of the swarm itself. After everyone's favorite mind mage and living guild pack Jace Beleren was made a living embodiment of all the guild's rules, Vraska wanted him on her side, so she sought to get his attention. Killing citizens who only a planeswalker would know, and arranging them in a way that spelled out Jace's name, well, you figure you'd just send a letter instead, you know? Just saying. Jace was forced to confront the unseen. Attempting to bring him over to her side, she used threats and coercions. Ultimately, Jace escaped and made Vraska's existence public. It was then Vraska journeyed to the Undercity to rally support for her own revolution against the leadership Gerard, and found herself some allies who practiced dark necromancy, forming an army of the erstwhile that were buried beneath the Undercity. Of course, everything changed the day Vraska found a note summoning her to Nicol Bolas's meditation plane. Bolas offered to make her the leader of the Golgari and bring those who preyed on the underdogs to justice. All she had to do was travel to Ixalan and deliver the item from inside the golden city of Vraska to one of his agents. She accepted and was given a thematic compass and a full working knowledge of sailing. And much like unpaid electric, she was off. On Ixalan, Vraska became captain of a ship known as the Belligerent under the Brazen Coalition and was a very democratic leader, making her very respected by the crew. The compass guided her straight to a very battered Jace Beleren. He had lost his memory again and almost died to Bolus on Amonkhet. Vraska noticed he had no memory of anything in their past, so she spared him. Jace turned out to be a valuable asset. Using his illusion magic, Vraska destroyed ships belonging to the other faction known as the Legion of Dusk. As time went by, Jace and Vraska grew to enjoy each other's company, and upon finding the Golden City, Jace and Vraska were thrown into churning waters, and the shock returning all of Jace's memories to him. His powers as a telepath caused Vraska to see every memory that was returned to him, and Vraska was horrified that Jace would hate her again. Instead, Jace forgave her, and their friendship grew stronger as a result. Once inside the city, they were confronted by the Sphinx, who was a genuine legend on their homeworld, Azor the First, creator of the Azoria Senate. Vraska wanted to kill Azor for disrupting the balance of endless planes. Jace stopped her and used his powers as the Living Guild Pact to sentence Azor to spend the rest of his life alone on Useless Island. Useless Island. Great naming, Watsy. Just want to throw that out there. Great name. Useless Island. What are you, 5? Vraska remembered at that point that there was a job to do, and she also realized that Bolus would read her mind when she returned, so Vraska asked Jace to remove all the memories of him from her. Jace implanted a trigger to reinstall her memories at the precise moment. Planning to beat Bolus together, after that, Vraska summoned Tezzeret, and he used the planar bridge to take the immortal sun. Vraska then planeswalked away back to Ravnica, where she was brought to the meditation plane, and Bolus read her mind, just to only see false memories created by Jace. Pleased with the job, Bolus rewarded her with Gerard's location, and that he was imprisoned there. Vraska then became the queen of the Golgari under Bolus's control, but with that mental trigger still in place, I don't know if that control is certain. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. Until next time, may the Lotus watch over you.